Ruth was the first to raise her hand, but the professor deliberately ignored her and called on a male student instead. His answer was still wrong. Ruth raised her hand again. This time, the professor had no choice but to let her speak. She gave a flawless answer. The professor responded with a crude joke. Laughter filled the room, but Ruth didn't feel humiliated. She knew it only meant one thing. They felt threatened. No amount of prejudice could hide her brilliance. Yet fate had prepared even greater challenges. Her husband was diagnosed with cancer. From then on, Ruth had to care for him, while also taking notes for both of their classes. At home, her husband would dictate his papers from those notes, and once she finished typing his work, she still had to complete her own assignments. On top of that, she cared for their young daughter. Luckily, her husband beat the cancer, and later received a job offer from a law firm in New York. To stay close in case his illness returned, Ruth applied to transfer to Columbia University. Even while switching schools, she managed to remain first in her class at both, but the Times did not value women like her. 13 law firms turned her down, not because she wasn't qualified, but because she was a woman, so she became a law professor instead. Still, discrimination followed her everywhere. At a dinner party for her husband's new colleagues, his boss praised Ruth's intelligence, saying she was so smart to have married the rising star of the legal world. Her long-suppressed anger nearly boiled over. Then came her chance to make real change. At the time, the law did not allow men to leave work and care for their families. Ruth saw in that law the same bias she'd faced all her life. She fought tirelessly, gaining experience through mock cases, and finally found the perfect argument, one that balanced both fairness and reason. She filed a brief arguing the law's unconstitutionality, and her case ended in victory. That was the moment the world began to know her name, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the woman who redefined justice.